Actually, can we have Brenna Hartman's story time?
Yeah,
Chick story time?
I'd like to hear that.
Okay, Don can attest to this. A few years back, Brenna decided she wanted to pave her patio. But heaven forbid, I hire a professional because I have to do it myself. So I got over to the Miller Brick there, and that's where I got some beautiful, is it called Dublin cobbles that I have? Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And I measured it out myself exactly what I wanted and was going to, get the crusher run and the, what else is it?
We use sand.
Sand.
Yep,
but no, there's crusher.
You use stone dust.
Stone dust.
Since then, since your patio was done,
Oh.
there's a group that can kind of sets the standard for our business, the ICPI, and they've determined that sand is really a better bedding course
than the
stone dust.
Oh, okay.
So most of your installers have switched over to using the sand in the installation.
I have to say my patio still looks beautiful, so I'm still happy. But here's the funny part. The funny part is I'm over to Miller Brick and I'm picking out what I want and I'm telling him how big and he's going to make the delivery. And Miller Brick, not that this is an ad for Miller Brick, but I did use their services and it was great. But they bring the crusher run, they bring the stone, they bring the bricks all in separate deliveries according to your project, which is neat. But what happened was I was going to dig the project myself for this patio. I thought, how many, I don't remember now even how deep it was.
Well,
8 inches?
With our installs, we want to use a minimum of 10 inches of gravel. So you're going down 10 inches over the square footage of your project.
Right.
Which really...
I thought, no big deal. I can shovel that dirt, right?
Yeah.
No big deal. I oh, please. Within an hour, I was calling Twin Oaks.
Yeah.
Do you have a backhoe?
Don,
Yeah.
can you bring your excavator over, please?
Please.
So Don to the rescue. He showed up and he did excavate the area for my patio. Thank God, because it never would have gotten done otherwise. But that's part of the do-it-yourself thing that's not always tons of fun is that prep work. And then thankfully, you were there to kind of guide me and explain to me how to tamp down and make sure that it's graded properly away from the house and that kind of thing, which is very important when you're putting in any kind of hardscape close to your foundation.
Yeah, you always want to make sure, and even if it's a planting, hardscape, anything that you're doing, that you have negative flow, water flow away from the house. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make is trap water at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then it gets down into your basement and you start to have problems.
Yeah, yeah. What do you guys do if I were to call you, the actual homeowner says, hey, I don't know what I want, but I want to freshen it up. And I mean nice, right? Do you guys do the design work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Generally, what we would do is come out,
Mm-hmm.
just, talk to the homeowner, see what they want to do, take measurements,
Okay.
and then go back and do a 2-scale drawing of what the project is going to be, set up a proposal. I like to do kind of an a la carte estimate.
Okay.
Because, I don't think people always have a really good handle on what this stuff costs.
Right.
So they want a patio, they want plantings, they want a retaining wall, they want a fireplace, they want this and that. By breaking it up, now they can see what the costs are, where their money's going, and you can always break things up.
Financially.
So, say, and a project can run the gamut. I mean,
Mhm.
we do projects that are $1,500,
Mm-hmm.
and we've done a residential project that was $150,000.
Wow.
So it really, there is no, right or wrong or good or bad. But say a project's 20 grand.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of people have $20,000 to just spend.
Mm-hmm.
So we do 5,000 this year, 5,000 next year, and you break a project up so that the person can get what they want over the course of time.
Okay. That sounds
makes sense.
Yeah. It sounds a lot more affordable or easier to afford, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, than getting the sucker punch of, hey, give me 35 large and you got a nice project.
That's just not necessary. It's really not.
And
Mhm.
speaking of the $20,000 project, this is a real estate show. And some of the things we like to talk about on Property Source Radio is improving the value of a home or home improvements that actually hold their value or give a homeowner a return on investment. Now, I can tell you right now, with the curb appeal of a landscaping project, I think it's a no-brainer that any sort of addition to a landscaping, if it's done tastefully and professionally, is going to increase the value of the home. But you had some remarkable statistics we were talking about on the break.
They whoever they is,
Mhm.
say that you'll get a return on investment of about 125%
On a landscape.
on a landscape project. So if you spend, 10 grand, you're going to get about 125% return on that, which is a great deal. I think it's, it always kind of strikes me as funny when somebody builds a $300,000 home and then goes out and puts a couple shrubs in front of it themselves.
Yep.
What you see
It shows
from the road is, it really sets the tone for your home.
Are you talking about my house?
Oh, you have beautiful landscape. You've done a very nice job.
I don't have a $300,000 house.
No, that's true, but you do have a beautiful landscape. It just, you can do so many things. And in our area, we have such a short season to enjoy the outside that the more you can make it appealing and enjoyable to be out there, the better it is.
Yeah.
And I have another question for you. I just want to remind our listeners that this is Property Source Radio 222-6397. I'm Brenna Hartman, the Fixie Chick, live from the High Falls, Rochester. We've got open lines, 222-6397. Our guest today is Don Wetzel. He's the president of the Gardenscape Professionals Association and CEO of Twin Oaks Landscaping. And I think we're all in the mood to give away those tickets to Gardenscape this weekend. It's going on at the Dome. Today until it's open now, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and tomorrow from 9 until 5 p.m. until 5 p.m. And at the Gardenscape at the Dome, you've got 12 to 15 different artfully created landscapes.
You have 15 display booths done by the area's top landscapers. And what a great place. If you're just looking to get out of this dreary weather that we've had for so many months, everything's in bloom. You have great gardens. You can really take a day and walk through. There's food there. There's a ton of vendors in Minette Hall. You can really make a day of it with the family. They have a children's garden that's great. They have a scavenger hunt going on.
And seminars also. There's quite a few seminars going on as well. And those are included in the admission. The tickets are a $12 value. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets to caller number 1, 222-6397. If you want to give us a call, these tickets are courtesy of the Gardenscape Professionals Association. And thanks to Don Wetzel from Twin Oaks for bringing them in to give away to our listeners today. Caller number 1 at 222-6397.